How are we all doing, boys and girls, ladies and gents? We are back for another pre-match show for the Watford game. Hope everyone is doing okay. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Get your comments in, get your views in, and get your thoughts in. Appreciate you coming in for another show, and we'll catch you right after the intro. Let's go.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, how are we all doing? Make sure you get your comments in and get your views in. We want everyone's opinions on Sunday's match. Firstly, we'll talk about the Norwich game, obviously. Let's get into it. 3-0 win, decent win. People might say it was an easy win for us. Probably could have been, yes. But there was some chances for Norwich. I think that we were under pressure at times against Norwich for me. They did have the shots. Yes, we had just as many attacks as well, and we did look like we were playing a bit better than the last few games we played. But going into it, I think maybe again Yori didn't play his best. I've got to admit, I think it might be time for him to either get dropped and hopefully changes his ways and how he's playing, because he just seems to be all over the shop for me at the moment. Adam says made hard work of it, especially in the first half. Exactly, I really think we did. We really did find it. I wouldn't say hard because we did have just as many shots, and we did pretty much have 2 or 3 pretty much goal opportunities, but the chances they had were clear cut for me. The Pukki shot hit the post. Any other day, I think he would have scored that. The one where he literally had an open shot in the box, and Smarka made 2 pretty decent saves to keep the ball out of the net, which is good as well. But again, we've got to take positives. We won the game 3-0, clean sheet. What else can you ask for? Vardy getting 2 goals. I'm back on the score sheet. It's brilliant news, isn't it? After being back for only a few weeks, he's finally got his 2 goals. And what goals Vardy scores? Exactly like he normally does with Vardy's goals, pretty much through the defence and straight into the net. I think Yuri's has gone head or is gone already in his head. It has. I really think Yuri either needs to go or needs to get dropped, because if he's staying, from what the rumours I've heard, he does want to be part of the rebuild. He needs to start improving, because there was so many times in the Norwich game I just thought, like, why are you doing that? He had about 4 or 5 shots on goal outside the box. Don't get me wrong, you could have the chances, but half of them were just stupid range shots that you was never going to go in. Again, yes, FA Cup, Brentford goals, a different story. But again, you feel like he's just clutching at straws and he just keeps booting the ball out when he can. Neil, appreciate you coming back in. I wonder what the problem with Sumari is if he didn't play too badly at Spurs, but did not make the bench against Norwich. I think it's a tough one, because you've got to think who was on the bench against Norwich, and there's a lot of players that you think could probably be a sub for the team that we had against Norwich, and I really wouldn't look into it too much. I rate Sumare, but you just got to think with Tillemans and Dewsbury Hall as more the DM roles and the bit of this on the swivel kind of turn positions. Not one of them 2 are DMs, and I don't know why we're playing 2 DMs in that role when we've not got a DM in that position. When Mendy came on, that completely changed the side for me. It changed how we're playing, and it just controlled the midfield, where I just don't think we were when we had Yuri in that midfield. in that spot anyway. And it just allowed, with Mendy coming on, it just allowed both Dewsbury Hall and Tillemans to both push up the field a bit more, and that's their normal specific role to play. I just don't think the 4-2-3-1 formation against any team really will work when we've got Euro Tillemans and Dewsbury Hall in that defensive mid position. Maz, appreciate coming in for another week on the preview show. Anyway, guys, getting into transfers a bit, I guess. There's a lot of rumours going around about people coming in, people coming out. There's a new guy that we were looking at in defence from Torino. Looks like we're probably maybe giving Pratt to Torino and we get their defender in return. And that is, I think his name's Bremer. I'm pretty sure he's a Brazilian young player who plays in the centre back role. Hopefully we could maybe get him. I'm not seeing too much of him, but you never know. Could be a good sign that we're bringing a new defender in. Paul, Norwich just got back every player in the first half. We were poor, way too slow. We need someone like Billy Gilmore. I don't know about him, but I know what you mean. We need that person to really grab the ball. I'm not going to say the the quote that I was going to say because it's not past 9 o'clock yet. But someone needs to grab the ball and push it up the field. And I think the only one that for me does that is Fofana and maybe Mendy when he's on the pitch. I don't think Dewsbury Hall or Yuri Tillemans really does too much in that sort of role when they're in that defensive role. And I think it's mainly that. If they're in their Pacific roles like they were in the second half when Mendy came on, they play a lot better. But in the first half, both of them were sitting in them roles where they can't really move because they're holding that line. Lee says, I think Yuri played well. So about opinions, I honestly don't think he played well at all. I don't think he's been playing well for the last few games or even months, to be honest. I know there are a few people that agree with me. I can't say you're wrong. You're not wrong. You in your opinion, you could have a better game. I can't fault your opinions. LCFC Fab Lookman was poor. Did he start? He didn't start, did he? I'm trying to think if he started or not. I can't remember if he did start or not. If whatever he did, I think he was all right. I think he played better than Barnes. I think really, for me, I'm losing kind of a bit of the I'm losing a bit of the confidence in Barnes, and he just doesn't really look like he wants to go anywhere now. Last season, he was brilliant coming into the game, and now he really just doesn't really. It doesn't look like he wants to be a bit of attacking and forceful. Yes, I think he got 2 assists in the Norwich game, but again, it was only when he started really pushing up the field. Lookman plays best down the left. He was good against Spurs. Exactly. He was good against Wolves as well. For me, that is probably his best game. Yes, we lost the game 2-1, but that was his best sort of match for me. And he was playing on the left, and that's where Barnes is really costing his best position because when the Barnes starts, Lookman doesn't get a look in on that side, and it's hard to say. But we will move on to obviously the Watford match. Hopefully, there's a few of you going, and I will be going myself. But going into the Watford game, obviously, I think is it yesterday or today? I think it's today actually that the Deeney moment happened. Bit of a sore moment, probably for a lot of you. I wasn't there. I wasn't going to games by then. I don't think. I can't remember. I think it was maybe the season after that, if I'm totally honest. But yeah, the Deeney moment where obviously Leicester lost in the playoffs. But again, going into the Watford game, it's a big one and a small one as well because it's like the Norwich game. Both teams are relegated, Norwich and Watford. But I still see Watford as a tough challenger. I've always have. They're not a team to just have to break down. They are a brilliant team. Obviously, keeper, I rate him highly. Ben Foster, what a keeper he is. He's getting older now, but really is one of the decent keepers. And I'd like to be honest, I'd like to see Ben Foster over Pickford at the moment in the England squad. That's how bad it looks for Pickford for me. And with Watford, you've obviously got Sarr. You've got to be honest, I can't remember. They've got Dennis. There's a few people that really you could see suffering on defence, but again, we should be going to there, going attacking like we did against Norwich in the second half, and really go for him. He started, but was sort of half time. Mendy came on. Ah, yes, I remember now. Yes, he got taken off for him. But any more comments or views? If there's any people that want to get in to the stream to get thoughts, please join. There's a link for you all. What's this about Casper going to Newcastle? I've heard that there's a rumour about Newcastle wanting Casper, and for totally honest, I probably would let him go. I think he's part of the problem in our defence. His distribution is awful. Don't get me wrong, he's a brilliant shot stopper, like he showed against against Norwich. Can't fault him for shot stopping. I think it's just the way we want to go forward with the team, going passing wise and more possession based. Casper isn't the best at distributing that ball to a certain player when he needs to be. Like you say, the amount of times that you hear fans in the KP moaning because the ball doesn't go to the right player, or it just goes out the pitch or whatever. It really doesn't help. And for me, there's a few players that you will need to either let go or bring in to really change this team, because I ain't Rodgers out. I'm Rodgers in completely. I think it's me. I think it's about the players and what players we have. There's some people that don't want to play for us. I think Yuri's one of them. I don't think Barnes is that interested anymore. I just said that before. I don't think he's really that interested. And then I'm not too sure who else you could really say, but for me, I think the two that really need to either get a kick up the arse or do something is Barnes and Yuri for me, because they really ain't performing as highly as people want them to. We won't say any more comments. Lookman did start, yep. And that's it. We'll bring this man in because he's got his little mate as well to do a dance. Here he is.
Charlie, go on. Every single time I say we'll go on Leicester Fan TV, the first thing he says is, "I want to come on." You know, he's going to become a radio. He'll be taking over my shows, the watch-alongs soon.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. So obviously we're talking about a bit of Norwich game. Obviously, I wouldn't say it was the easiest game in the first half, but second half really came out.
Played to Norwich. They played really well first half. Norwich, you know, that chance with Pukka Pies, you know, nearly scored at the post. That had gone in. Who knows what would happen? And guess what? We didn't concede from a set piece.
That was the biggest thing. I forgot to put in my notes. We clapped and cheered the first corner.
I know. I couldn't stop laughing.
I turned to my dad. I went, "That is absolutely shocking that we're doing that for a corner."
Yeah, but come on, we all know when it's a corner, all the ground's like, oh, like so. But it doesn't matter what team it is, we always concede. And the fact is, we only conceded one corner that game. Was insane. It was madness. But you know, I mean, I got to admit the atmosphere wasn't great. Let's be honest. You know,
there was about half the stadium.
It felt like a friendly. You know, like the atmosphere. It did feel like a friendly. Obviously, good goals from Vardy. Well taken with his left
Classic
foot.
Vardy, innit? That's
how
he is. Normally he's not been scoring the last few games, but obviously when he gets the chances and balls through the middle, you know he's going to put them away.
100%. So. You know, he's scored what? He's not played many games this season. He's got 12 goals, is it?
Yeah.
His lowest ever record was 5 or 6 in the first season, and then his lowest after that was 13. So hopefully he gets a couple more. Obviously got Watford Sunday, and obviously Chelsea and Southampton. So who knows? You know, Watford. You know, so thank God they got a draw against Everton. There is a stat. I'm not going to say it on here because it'll affect it, but put it this way. them drawing is a blessing in a way to Everton. I'll explain to you afterwards.
Who's this?
Watford. Just
Watford drawing to
So I have a quick Google and on look at their home form and you'll know why. I'm not going to say it because it'll curse it. So just have a think.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, obviously Norwich, obviously they come up and down like a yo-yo, so they'll probably be back up next season and to go back down. So
yeah, exactly.
Well taken goal from Maddison too, obviously against his old club. Obviously, I knew he wasn't going to celebrate. We knew that. Good goal with his left foot too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's what's missing. That's what we've been missing for a while. It had to come against a team that's already been relegated to pick up a game. We should have done that against Everton. Should have done that against Roma. I'm not saying winning 3-0 against Roma, but at least putting a shift in.
Yeah, exactly. Any other people commenting? Not gonna lie, that was hilarious. I'm guessing that from the corner.
Yeah.
I hope we don't defend too lazy against Watford. They're dangerous. They are dangerous. Their attack is very, very fast and very, very strong. You've obviously got Saar, you've got Dennis. So there's a lot of people that you really have to watch out for. Even though they are already relegated, they're not gonna just sit there and let us score against them, are they? So
I remember when we got relegated in 2001 too. I know this is going back for 20 years since the Filbert Street was demolished and King Power. And I remember when we got relegated, 4 games left, and we won 2, drawn 2. So we had no to play for, having some fun, and we've gone and done that. So Watford, they'll probably be back up. They'll probably get that manager will probably get sacked in about 6 games, and then they'll bring in about 4 more managers in, and then they'll probably get back up. So
yeah, exactly. Anyone else commenting? Hello, little boy. I appreciate that.
Someone says hello, Charlie. Say hello then.
Hello.
Any updates on Gelson Bremer? That's the Torino defender from Brazil. He is looking to probably be a swap for Parat in Torino's team.
The council's made a good point on the that one. Yes.
Do you think we've been spoiled?
Oh, yeah. Think about it. FA Cup, Community Shield, but which, by the way, in 2 days' time is a whole year. When we play Watford, it's a whole year since we won the FA Cup. So yes, just thought I'd put that out there. And also Community Shield, playing in Champions League. Come on. If I said to you, Reedy, right, back in, let's say, 2014, when we got promoted, right? If I said to you, if I just randomly went up to you, like, a game and said, we'll be in Champions League in 3 years, and you went, you'll be laughing your ass off. And I was saying, playing Atletico Madrid and taking them to wire, beating Sevilla, beating Porto. I know we lost to them in the other one, but still won our group. And I was playing in Europa League too, So yeah, I do think we've been spoiled a bit. I get where he's coming from. And I like his other comment too, because obviously I grew up with Martin O'Neill when I first came on the scene. Well, as my Carissa says, when he burst onto the scene, when I first burst onto the scene as a Leicester fan, I remember the days with Martin O'Neill, jumping up and down when he used to score. His other comment that it's just below it. A lot of people will remember. Yeah, so it's. I know I always don't like to say, well, look where we come from, but Filbert Street, I used to love you. Honestly, you would have loved Filbert Street, Reedy. Honestly, you would have.
Yeah, I've not been there ever, so.
I mean, honestly, you would have loved it. Honestly, I mean, I even though I was like 8, 9 years old, I absolutely loved it. Loved to go. I know some games we lost. I mean, Bolton, obviously that game, or during 3-3 at Arsenal, beating them on penalties in the FA Cup. Some great memories at Filbert Street. There's other people that are watching though. They should have put some memories of Filbert Street.
Yeah. So, Council also says average attendance at Filbert Street was around 15,000.
Yeah, more. And the away section is weird because when the Cop, I sat everywhere, apart from the away end, obviously, and they had the away end, like Wolves, like Morning. It's like that. It was like that. But obviously, they had like half of the section was the away section. It was pretty awesome, to be fair.
Finishing 2 seasons in a row may not have been the most positive, but still. Here's one for you going on to that point. Then I spoke to someone today who's an Arsenal fan, and I said the position they're in now and the position they were in about a month or 2 ago were pretty much pretty much top contenders for top 4. If they somehow now at the end of the season don't get top 4, is this a bottle and is it just the same as Leicester?
I don't. For Arsenal, theirs is about getting back in Europe because they missed out completely last season. So they guaranteed Europa League now, no matter what happens. But for Arsenal, of course they want to get Champions League. They want to finish above Tottenham. I want them to finish above Tottenham. I don't want Tottenham in Champions League. The lowest they're gonna finish is 5th, a whole lot better than last season when they finished 8th.
Yeah.
So for Arsenal, it depends. It depends on how it goes about. I mean, if it was any other team like Man U or West Ham or something, they wouldn't be so fussed. But because it's Tottenham, they want to finish that top 4.
Yeah, but I was just thinking in my head that everyone but Leicester fans saying that we bottled the last 2 seasons, been for me in top 4. I was saying it probably is the same case because the person I spoke to who's an Arsenal fan did say it would be a bottle if they didn't get top 4 right now.
We bottled it more because the fact that we were there all season bar the last game.
I do know that.
I think that's the thing, And I remember Felipe said back when we played Tottenham, we were 15 minutes away from Champions League. And we were 2-1 up in the 78th minute or something. Davinson Sanchez goal, then Harry Kane, Bale. And then Gareth Bale, scoring. They're just walking through like, I'm going to score. So it's one of them things that happens in football, I'm afraid. And the good thing about this year, there's no pressure on us to get in that top 4.
No, exactly. But I've not looked at the table recently, and I know we've not got anything to play for now. But there's still points.
The highest.
There's still points to play to try and get as high as the table. Apparently, it's like 5 million per place you can get to go up. So realistically, we're 12th now or
10th.
The 10th. So 2 more points gets us 10 million more, which is
we have got that game in hand on against Chelsea. And how weird is this, right? Do you know when we won the FA Cup? Who do we play straight after 3 days later?
Well, after the FA Cup?
After the FA Cup game against Chelsea, who do we play 4 days after? Against Chelsea.
Can't remember.
Chelsea.
We played Chelsea again?
Yeah, because we lost 2-1. Rudiger and penalty. No, the reason I bring that up is because we played Chelsea again 5 days after they played in another FA Cup game.
Okay.
So, and if Chelsea lose this one, they have first time they've got to 3 finals and lost all 3.
Yeah, they play tomorrow, don't they? In the FA.
I am pulling for Liverpool. I'm not gonna lie. I am pulling for Liverpool only because then they've lost more FA Cup finals than us. Then, so that's one of the reasons why.
Carlson says it was Casper's own goal that started it. I still can't believe it.
I thought it was. Okay. Well, we're gonna shoot off to the park in a minute, but because we're gonna quickly go to Park Place and football. Yes, we're both okay. He's got his pink shirt on. He's got a more up-to-date shirt than me. That's saying something.
Obviously, quickly then, before you do going into the Watford game, what are you hoping for? Who do you reckon would start? Are you hoping that any players come in to that starting 11 from the Norwich game?
I'd like to see Brunt. Also, I know Georgios won't be able to do it because I think he's still on loan technically at Portsmouth at the minute. I know their season's ended, but I would like to have seen him. He's getting a pre-season go, which I can't wait for. I've been looking forward to seeing that. Brunt, I'd like to see have a go. I think Brunt's the main one. I'd like to see have a proper go start. I think that would be a good. I think
with how he's been setting up the last few games, he's not kind of cared that the team's a bit weaker in the side. Obviously, don't get me wrong, we still have to put a team out to win the game, but there's a lot of players that you can kind of swap around now because there's nothing to really keep fit players to make sure we're ready for any game. It's about just seeing if we can win the games now. So maybe someone like Brunt does come in instead of that a defender maybe.
And I'll give my prediction Sunday as well. And just out of curiosity, Luton Huddersfield playoffs. Who are you predicting? First leg.
Someone asked me today, and I said I think I went Huddersfield, but I think altogether out of all the teams in the playoffs, I said Sheffield United.
Well,
I just think they're too strong for him. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to see Forest come up just for him to go straight back down. But
no, do you know why? Right. And I don't mind for me because it's, travelling's easy. Sheffield is one train. Huddersfield is my favourite away day. 5 games, 5 wins. Luton Town in the Premier League. Can you imagine it?
I know what you mean, yeah.
Have you been Kenilworth Road?
I have.
Did you go when we won? It was 4-0.
I think so, yeah.
The league, that's where the Tillerman's chance started at, the Starman one.
Yeah, I definitely went. I just can't remember.
So basically, can you remember the away section?
Yeah,
you're walking upstairs and you're going past people's gardens and the trampoline. Just think, I don't know what score it's been. It's only been 10 minutes in, but just think if they got promoted. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they'd be one of the first conference teams that's been in the conference, like National League, to be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. If Luton don't do it...
I know what you mean. You'd like to see them come up, but...
I know they're not going to have a great, you never know.
Football-based, football standards, I honestly just don't... I can just see Sheffield United come up. Obviously, they've done it before.
Well, Sheffield United, here's a fact. It's a different team. Come on, what's score?
Huddersfield have just scored.
No! Well, yeah, but no. I want Luton to score. Sheffield United have been in 4 playoff finals in the last years, and they've not scored a goal.
Yeah.
Do you know why I know that is? Because my best friend's a Sheffield fan, and I love rubbing it in his nose in it when that happens. They've lost 3-0, 0-0, lost on penalties. They've lost 1-0. So, yeah, that's why Sheffield are not favourites in the final if they get there. So, thanks for telling me that, Reedy. 1-0 Huddersfield, brilliant.
You're welcome. Well, you can go to
if they get promoted, if they beat Luton, I will love to see Huddersfield. I just want Luton.
There you go. John Squire says Luton away day. I've already been there once, mate.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they are not going through.
Right,
but you never know.
No, Leicester are playing Sunday. Playing Watford.
But before we go then, we need Charlie's prediction and his stance.
3-1.
3-1. Leicester.
3-1.
Yeah. Go on, you dance quickly before you go.
Right. Appreciate you joining again, Ross. And we'll see you next time.
All right. See you later.
In a bit. And that's it, guys. Appreciate it for another pre-match show before we play Watford on Sunday. Make sure to check out Jamie's show, obviously the aftermath show at 9:30. I think it's a new time at 9:30. And then Phil's show on Monday. Obviously, the watch along is happening. Never mind. Enjoy, appreciate it, and we'll catch you all next time. See you in a bit, boys.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.